Hello, welcome to a special edition of the Real Estate Market Watch and Mortgage Market Update. I'm Bob Gibbs.
And I'm Michael Caires.
We're in the middle of January 2025. We wanted to give you a quick discussion about what's going on with the Fed. And there's been a lot of people asking questions about, Fed activities and what happens when they lower or raise rates and what causes them to do that. And it's causing some concern about mortgage interest rates. So is there any kind of connection between what the Fed does?
Well, yeah. And just to kind of go back in just most recent history, when I say go back 6 months, in July, we anticipated the Fed not making a move with cuts until this year sometime, maybe as early as like 2 months from now, maybe to June, the first one. But then all of a sudden, we had a couple of job reports weren't as strong, and all of a sudden the Fed had to change their way of thinking. And said, well, hey, we may need to do something sooner, and that's what they did. Well, interest rates, really, we were definitely going down. I mean, we were in the low sixes. If you paid a little extra cost, we could have actually broken under 6%.
Yeah.
Well, that party lasted for about 4 weeks because then another jobs report came out, and it was much stronger. Now, the Fed had already committed to cutting. They cut once. They committed to cutting the second time. But they had there was some dissension whether they should. There's some voting members that felt like they shouldn't cut. Some felt they should. Well, they did cut a couple of times, and now our rates are higher. It's been all over the board.
Yeah. So what's the expectation? I know no one has a crystal ball that's clear, but right now, well, in the past, I always was thinking that we would see rates in the low sixes, high fives sometime this year. Now I'm starting to think that that's not going to happen.
July interest rates were above 7. Into September we were again low sixes, low sixes. Only to now last month go up above 7 again, and now we're back down under 7. We're in that 6.75 range, give or take, and that's where we are at right now. But I think the Fed. I know there's a Fed meeting here coming up, and I think the Fed at their next meeting doesn't do anything. And that's kind of widely expected, and then moving forward, who knows what's going to happen. I do think the can has been kicked down the road. I do see rates down in the low sixes, even I think in the fives at some point in time. If I had a crystal ball, maybe 12 months, maybe it's 16 months. But then again, we thought we were 8 months away minimum from our first cut, and then all of a sudden 2 months later, here we are. Hey, who knows? But I do think that rates are going to come down. I think who is now taking office is going to help the housing market, in my opinion. We had a good housing market the last time around. We had it with the last president. So I don't think things are going to change much. If any changes, it's going to be for the better as far as interest rates go.
Yeah. So if you were counseling someone sitting across from you at a table, what would you tell them in terms of whether they should wait or move if they see a house?
I think that if you see the house that you like, because prices have stabilized, we have not dropped a great deal. If anything, some places have actually gone up. I mean, jump on the house that you want, and if you can get a good price before things start to increase again, because we've already been down this road. During COVID, we had a crazy market where from the mid 2020 into 22. I mean, people made 25% on their house in a short period of time in a pandemic. So I do think that things are going to get more active as rates drop. So why not get in now, get the house you want, and refinance after the fact?
We are just anecdotally, I just heard today where a person in Danville had a home put on the market. It was okay, but it wasn't updated or anything like that. 5 offers, $70,000 over asking.
Yeah.
So just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. So if you're waiting for things to go down, I think you're going to be waiting a long time, and you'll be growing a long beard before you're ready. So,
or a lot grayer.
Yeah.
2025. Don't go in the archives and look in 2022's videos because we're a little darker than not him, but I am.
So that's what we wanted to share with you today. If you have any questions about what's going on in the mortgage market, always talk to Michael, or anything in the real estate market. If you want to talk about selling or buying a home, reach out to me and we can have a discussion about your specific situation. Thanks for watching.